welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be doing an updated skincare routine today. I don't think it's been that long since I last did an updated skincare routine. I think it might have been earlier this year or late last year. This time I'm going to be showing you what I've added to my routine, which is more serums and anti-aging sort of products. And then also I'm going to share with you a couple of things that I've learned over the past year that has really changed the way I buy things and use my products. So generally speaking, I think you probably know if you've watched my channel for a while that I tend to think that less is more. So I don't really like layering more than 3 products on my face in terms of skincare at any given time. I find that when you add more than that, the skincare products start to pill up and things like that, or roll off, which is really not pleasant, especially if you're wearing makeup on top. I did a lot of reading this year about how to layer your skincare products. Prior to this year, I was using a facial oil sort of in the place of a facial serum because there's so many people and companies out there that use the words interchangeably, and I don't really understand why. Well, I didn't before now. So I read a lot of blogs by, you know, the average person out there. I read a lot of dermatologist tips as well as skincare specialists and scientists and things like that, and it makes sense to me now that you should always layer your skincare based on density. So the thinnest product should go closest to your skin and then you work your way up. So the thickest or the highest density molecule should go on top, which is typically oil. You know, oil and water don't mix, and so many skincare products have water in them. So you should put your water-based products on first and then put the oil on top, which is what I was not doing last year. I was putting oil and then my moisturizer on top. Now what I do is I will use an essence or a serum right after washing my face. A serum is basically the finest moleculed facial product I guess you could find out there at this moment at least. And that's why they're so expensive, because they're highly specialized and they're really fine. So they can sink into your skin better. And then after that, I'll put on some eye cream and moisturizer, and then if I'm really feeling dry, then I will put on a facial oil on top of that. I've kind of streamlined my routine so that it doesn't vary that much between summer and winter. I do add a facial oil in the winter, and I will switch from an African black soap kind of face wash to a cleansing oil in the winter time, just because I have normal combo skin. This year I've really noticed, and I've said this in a couple videos before, my experimenting with so many different products, which never really was a problem in the past. It's kind of made my skin freak out a little bit, and I never thought I had sensitive skin, so I'm just trying to sort of like keep it balanced and not throw in too many new products. But my moisturizer is the one place, because I've bought so many Sephora beauty packs in the past. I have all these like deluxe moisturizers that are high-end and special ingredients and all that stuff. I tend to use those only on the days when I'm not using a serum, because the serum already is so packed with good stuff that I feel like it's kind of wasteful to use those high-end expensive moisturizers on top of that, where it might not even get to my skin, it might not even be absorbed. So on the days I use a serum, I use a pretty inexpensive moisturizer, which just happens to be right now my Trader Joe's I think it's called Enriched Intensive Antioxidant Facial Moisturizer. It was like $6 at Trader Joe's. I use that on most days, and then on the days that I'm not using serums, I'll use my more high-end ones. And I found that Carez is my favorite brand that I've tried so far. I've tried their Wild Rose line and their Yogurt line, and they're both really great. I love them for different reasons. And then I'm currently using Origin's Nitamins, which I'm not a huge fan of. I don't think it's any better than like your drugstore moisturizer, so I'm using it up because that's what I do. I'm going to insert video of all of the products that I'm using and do a little voiceover to explain exactly what I do with them and what I think of them, so you can see. I like the Josie Maran Argan cleansing oil because it doesn't leave any residue, and I actually prefer a solid African black soap bar over this. This is actually my first micellar water, and I'm not that impressed. It's probably going to be my last micellar water. Don't laugh, but my cousin actually gifted this to me. It's a limited edition Hello Kitty Hado Labo Hyaluronic Acid Lotion. I find it kind of drying, and it contains methylparaben, so as soon as I'm done with it, it's going to be sayonara. Here are 2 hyaluronic acid serums I actually really do like. On the left is the Ordinaries, and then on the right is the Drunk Elephant Bee Hydra Intensive Hydration Gel. They're kind of different, but I enjoy using both of them. Every third day, I put on this vitamin C serum from Drunk Elephant called C Firma, and this is a miracle worker, I think. I love it. I've done a review, and I will link it down below. Another Drunk Elephant product I like is the Glycolic Night Serum TLC Framboos. I really only use this every once in a while when I feel like my skin is extra uneven or textured. This is the only eye cream I've ever used, so I have nothing to compare it to, but it's the Innisfree Olive Real Eye Cream. I think it's fine. On most days, I use this Trader Joe's Nourish Enriched Intensive Antioxidant Moisturizer on my skin, and it's $6 for 6 ounces, and I think it's actually really good. If you look at the ingredients, it is dermatologist created, and it contains so many of those great ingredients that people look for in more high-end skincare products. Speaking of high-end skincare products, Carez is a brand that I keep coming back to. I've tried quite a few high-end brands, but this brand is really great. First of all, it's natural, and they actually live up to their claims. This is the Wild Rose Advanced Brightening Sleeping Facial and the Yogurt Instant Soothing Gel, which I think has been replaced. And here's Origin's High Potency Nitamins, which is what I'm currently using. I don't think it's anything to write home about. Every week or two, when I remember, I'll put on this Luna Sleeping Night Oil by Sunday Riley, which is a retinol product. I don't really think it does all that much for me, but honestly, I'm just trying to finish using it up. It does make my skin softer and feel more velvety, though. And in the morning, I always use my Kiss My Face Face Factor, my Holy Grail SPF. I might use some hyaluronic acid underneath this, and that's it. So that is basically my routine. Like I said, it doesn't switch up that much other than the serums that I use, and then the time of year. I switch up a couple of things only. In terms of cleansing, only in the summer months do I cleanse in the morning and night because, you know, I get kind of like sweaty or greasier overnight, and I use raw African black soap during those months. Spring, fall, and winter, I try to stick to a cleansing oil or something pretty gentle. And then in the morning, I won't even wash my face. I will either just use the magic eraser, what do they call it? I use a knockoff brand from Bed Bath & Beyond, but the one that's supposed to take off all your makeup with just water. I use that washcloth or micellar water to just remove any serums or any buildup that I've had from the night before. Anyway, I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching and for subscribing, and I'll see you next time.